Hello, Internet, and welcome to another episode of Bazzle Spot Live, where I will be acting like an idiot using the team I used in London on BattleSpot. Yeah, okay, so yeah, like I said in the video last time, I don't think this team is very solid, but we can hopefully do some games and win some games and have a little bit of fun with it. Probably see how the team can fall apart quite easily as well. But hopefully we'll have a bit of fun and see how this very weird team can do. Again, I've not changed it since the London tournament, so I know that if I was gonna sort of go forward with this team, I would change a few things and improve the team a bit better now. I've had a few more games with it. It's like the London tournament, that everything was season going forward was dependent on, was almost like a sort of practice session, which is really bad. But whatever. We've got this guy with he certainly had a rating of some numbers, and it looks a bit like a Trick Room team with just the Mimikyu as a Trick Room setter. Gigalith could be a little bit annoying actually. Can break the Butterfree sash. I can't fake out Mimikyu either. I can't fake out the Marowak or the Lucario either. So he hasn't got any fake outs of his own though. So maybe Butterfree. I mean, I definitely do want to lead with Butterfree here, but maybe I would also like to lead with something else. So he's good going in with two Pokemon, isn't it? Yeah, this is tricky because he's got so many things that I just can't fake out. Okay. What shall we do? I think let's go with Katana and Butterfree, with Politoed maybe in the back, and Tapu Lele. That looks good to me. Yeah, okay, so here's a game where we're not going to be leading with Weavile Butterfree. It does happen sometimes, but I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Like if he leads with two things that threaten Kartana, then that's not very good. Otherwise, I can put one of them to sleep, the one that does, and just Swords Dance up and potentially sweep through his team from turn one, really. So we'll see what he does go with. Like I'm thinking a Marowak and Mimikyu would have been pretty bad. He could be going for a Follow Me and Trick Room here, which I can definitely see happening. So yeah, that wouldn't be good, would it? No, it definitely wouldn't be. So do I want to Swords Dance here? I think we do. Why not? It's a mangled collection of swords or katanas, isn't it? Katana. So we'll Swords Dance and we will Sleep Powder the Mimikyu, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm expecting a Follow Me here, but it is, or even a Final Gambit. Okay. Oh well, goodbye Katana. Well, I didn't see that coming, but at least I'm still not gonna, I'm gonna prevent him from getting Trick Room. Down to 3 Pokemon, but so is he. And we do hit. Again, Sleep Powder is 97% accurate with Compound Eyes, which is very nice. But unless there is a Lumberry, which there isn't, is not getting any Trick Room here. Okay, so that's a little bit frustrating because the Katana was our main form of offense here. So I'll put Lele in, just because if he puts his Gigalith in, I can still get the rain with Politoed. But, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. He goes with Drampa. Okay, so that worked pretty nicely for us, actually. I suppose potential problems would be if his Drampa has got Sap Sipper. Otherwise, I am going to Mimikyu. What are you? You are Fairy and Ghost, aren't you? I'm going to Calm Mind here and Bug Buzz the Mimikyu, because I'm going to do this to, hopefully it's going to stay asleep. The Drampa might protect as well, so we don't want to just sort of Sleep Powder into nothing. I'm going to set, there we go. I'm going to set the Lele up with a nice Calm Mind, break the Disguise with Bug Buzz, and potentially one-shot it with a Psychic Terrain +1 Psychic the next turn. So if the Mimikyu wakes up here, we will have to deal with Trick Room, and that could get a bit sticky. But until then, we'll see what happens. Mimikyu doesn't... Okay, so we've been a bit fortunate again here, haven't we? So, yeah. Now, well, now I can just Psychic into the Mimikyu. I don't actually know the calculation, but come on, this is +1. We are in Psychic terrain. It's going to do a lot of damage. And I can Sleep Powder the Drampo, because even if it does survive, and he does get a Trick Room up, then the Drampo's going to be asleep, and he's going to have to battle with Sleep Turns as well. So, I'm pretty sure the video, a few days ago back then, when I was explaining this team and everything that happened in London, there was a comment that said, how do you deal with Trick Room? Well, Trick Room setters, and this is one of the reasons why I like BUTTERFREE, Trick Room setters don't tend to have Chesto Berry or Lumberry on them anymore, just because people might, rely a bit more with the Fairy terrain, Misty terrain, that's it, or the Electric terrain, things like that to stop their Pokemon going to sleep. And I don't know, maybe Taunt's a bit more common than Sleep Powder right now. I suppose Smeargle, I guess, is the biggest sort of sleep abuser still. But I don't know. So there you go. As long as he didn't wake up there, I mean, even if you woke up, I could have potentially maybe wiggled around. But this Tapu Lele is frail. It hasn't got much investment in bulk, and a Shadow Claw from the Mimikyu could have one-shot me basically. So. I don't know, like, obviously this team is very young and all the rest of it. There are many times where I think, actually, just Rage Powder would be better on the BUTTERFREE, just because I've got so many sort of set up and sweep kind of Pokemon, like, I mean, not that Lele sort of sweeps too much, I suppose it does Trick Room teams, but Katana as well, it's such a nice thing to be able to do, like, how many times in each format do you get, like, a set up support Pokemon, like, Mega Tyranitar and Amoonguss and... all that kind of stuff. It works very well, but I'm rambling now, so... Crabominable, that thing is fighting type, isn't it? So, a Dazzling Gleam is super effective on both of them, as the game does confirm to me there, which is nice. And, not sure it'll knock the Crabominable out, so just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go for Sleep Powder there too. If the Drampa wakes up, it's not knocking out either of my Pokemon. So, Drampa is not really a threat at this point. The threat would have been if the Mimikyu knocked out my Tapu Lele, and then the Drampa would have been a threat. But because I've still got the Lele, it's not a worry anymore. So hopefully, my game is gonna stay connected to the internet. Yeah, which it does, and we win the game in under 8 minutes. Wow, it's pretty fast paced game, that one. Okay, so we'll look for one more, and we'll see how we go. So, who shall we get this time? Let's find out. Where will they be from as well? Yeah, let's continue battling. And have I used... I did take Politoed in that battle, didn't I? I didn't actually use it, though. Team Skull. Those are those annoying people, aren't they? Let's have Team Skull admin, just because it sounds slightly more invigorating than generic music. Okay, so we find someone with a slightly higher rating than me from Tokyo in Japan with an orangutan, a horse, a lump of steel, and a few more bits and bobs. Okay. Okay, so he hasn't got any fake out. He has potentially got inner focus on the Oranguru, so I can't fake that out. Can't fake out the Marowak. Yeah, okay, I'm feeling quite confident going with Weavile BUTTERFREE. I do want my Lele in the back here, definitely. Even though that Celesteela does look, and the Marowak does look pretty threatening to it, but I need to be able to alter the terrain here. And do I want Katana or Magnezone? I don't think I want Politoed, even though it would be pretty good against the Marowak and Mudsdale. That's it. I think I need Magnezone just because I do need something for that Celesteela. So sorry, Katana, you've kind of been dropped out really in this video, haven't you? Taken our first turn last game. And left out of this one. But I do feel like I have to lead with BUTTERFREE just because I want to cover the Trick Room option. if he does get a Trick 'em Up with Mudsdale and Marowak, that's not good. It's not good for this team. I need to actually find out where in game you sort of change your stances and change your clothes and like buy some more clothes and stuff as well. Like, I'm pretty sure this is like the clothes that you could buy at, like, I don't know, the second island or something. So what are we gonna get then? Well, we've got a Weavile and Butterfree and a Celesteela and Tapu Koko. Okay. Well, I don't mind that too much. Okay, so I can Fake Out here. And I can Sleep Powder the Celesteela. Just because it's floating, isn't it? He has not got anything else that would want to come in on a Sleep Powder either. Although, actually, anything else, really. Anything else that's grounded can come in on a Sleep Powder, can't it? So I'm just going to go for a Fake Out onto the Tapu Koko and go for a Sleep Powder into the Celesteela. If he swaps the Celesteela out for something grounded, then he's wasting, you know, his well, not wasting, but his not attacking is not getting any damage off with that slot on this turn. So it does work like this, doesn't it? Okay, so the Tapu Koko protects. That's fair enough. Might be double protecting. No, it doesn't. Okay. And yep, 97% accurate Sleep Powder onto the big lump of metal, which is always nice. Okay, so I kind of want to like swap both of my Pokemon, really, in a way. Like, I want to bring in the Lele so I can put the Koko to sleep, and I want to bring in the Magnezone so I'm trapping his Celesteela. I do also want to maybe protect an Icy Wind. Yeah, because Celesteela, ooh, yeah, Celesteela can just one-shot my Lele, can't it? That's not good. So I've got things to think about here. Yeah. I'll put in my Lily, and I will put the Tapu Koko to sleep, I think. If the Celesteela wakes up and goes for a heavy slam onto the Weavile slot, which is, you know, obviously not beyond the realms of possibility, this would be pretty bad. Especially because in this game I've not brought my Katana, so it's not like I've not really got any massive amount of momentum potential, you know, sweeping potential, you know what I mean. So it is Life Orb, Tapu Koko. And something is going to get a guaranteed sleep turn here. It could be the Marowak, maybe. Coming in. No, it's Oranguru. Okay, so Oranguru is going to sleep. Yep. Hit my Sleep Powder. And hopefully Celesteela stays asleep here. But one of these times, I'm not going to get this fortunate and they will just wake up. Okay, so we've seen he's got the Koko. You would imagine he's got the Marowak in the back. Surely the Marowak is the one that he's got in the back. Because now I can swap Tapu Lele into Magnezone. And I could Quiver Dance just for the Koko in the future, but I think I might just want to Bug Buzz into the Oranguru and get some damage off. This is again one of the nice things about Butterfree. You know, it can actually do a little bit of damage with Bug Buzz. So Celesteela is trapped now. We have got Magnet Pull, and it's not actually a 2-hit KO with that. Okay, Celesteela does wake up. Hopefully this is a heavy slam into the Lele slot. Yeah, it is. Nice. Okay, so Magnezone, I mean, doesn't take that as nicely as I'd like it to for a quad-resisted attack, but maybe this is a turn that we'll see if he has got the Marowak or not. So I'm going to go for a substitute here, I think, and like even if he brings the Koko in, he can't stop me putting the Celesteela to sleep. So I'm just going to put the Celesteela to sleep. Like using teams like this, it becomes very easy to just get into the habit of that thing's not asleep, let's put it to sleep, sort of thing. And yeah, I feel like this is a turn where I maybe could have. I don't know. I'm not sure if Celesteela, like how common they carry Protect, but at least we are getting something from this turn. Worst case scenario, I suppose the Eranguru wakes up and goes for a Trick Room, but that doesn't happen. Okay, yeah. So yeah, the Celesteela can't switch. What was I talking about? Silly Barry, because it's trapped in. So I suppose I can. Well, I can. I'm going to Flash Cannon the Eranguru. Yeah, I'm going to Flash Cannon the Eranguru, and I am going to Sleep Powder the Celesteela here. I mean, worst case scenario is the Eranguru wakes up and maybe just knocks out the Butterfree here. But even then, maybe that wouldn't be the worst of things to happen. If the Eranguru's got Citrus Berry as well, then it'll probably take 2 more Flash Cannons after this one to knock it out as well. I would imagine. Yeah. And that's the Citrus Berry, okay. So, at least if Butterfree does survive this turn, I can double into the Eranguru. But I'm, like, wow, I'm getting so lucky here. Like, I know this is, like, this is, quite perilous and everything. It's nice to actually win some games, but not that I've won this one yet. But I have been getting fortunate with these sleep turns. Eranguru, is that in Bug Buzz range? That is a question. That is indeed a question. I mean, again, Celesteela can't switch. Eranguru can. So I'm going to Thunderbolt into the Eranguru and Bug Buzz into the Eranguru. I don't know. Maybe they do commonly have Protect, actually. If he brings the Marowak in, then that's okay as long as the Celesteela doesn't wake up and knock out my Butterfree. But, I don't know. If the Eranguru wakes up here and protects, okay, he's not even trying to. And he no switches either. So, that does actually knock it out. Okay, which is nice. And this is why I did go for the Thunderbolt here. So, no Marowak switch. Which is from the Eranguru slot, which is interesting. That Thunderbolt did a lot of damage to the Celesteela as well, actually. So, ooh, Rock Slide. Well, that's definitely interesting. Not going to break Magnezone's substitute. Did we see the Tapu Koko with Life Orb? Was it a Life Orb on this one? And its attack rose there, okay. So this is maybe a slightly more offensive Celesteela, especially looking at the damage that it took from Thunderbolt 2. So Psychic Terrain's gone. I could bring it back again. What has he got, really, to threaten my thingy, though? Not too sure. I mean, I'm going to put Weavile in just in case he has actually got the Marowak. I guess. If he brings the Koko in, I mean, I can fake out whatever. Oh, it's Mudsdale. Okay. Okay. Righty then. What have I got? I've got Lele, haven't I? Okay. How do we go about this then? I mean, I don't really want to fake out the Mudsdale because that'll give it a defense boost. So do we just attack this turn? Just a straight up attack everything. Yeah, maybe this is one of the turns that I just shouldn't overthink, I guess. I mean, let's just attack. Why not? I mean, if he switches the Celesteela into Tapu Koko, then it's not going to appreciate an Electric Terrain boosted Thunderbolt. Now, Mudsdale is a +1 defense now, so another Ice Punch probably won't knock it out. But Magnezone, it is, supposed to be fast enough to outspeed Celesteela just so that I can, safely, be in the position that I'm in now. And it has got Earthquake. Okay. So Magnezone's not going to have its substitute anymore. Weavile should survive this. Yeah, which it does. But it will be in range of maybe a Dazzling Gleam next turn. So... Okay, yeah. I suppose he won't be able to freely Earthquake, but Mudsdale might have high horsepower as well. You know, there's no reason why it might not be like assault vested or something with both earthquake and high horsepower. So I suppose this turn I'll protect my Magnezone, and I do expect my Weavile to go down. I don't want to switch my Lele into something because it's so frail. So I'm just going to try and go for an Icy Wind here. He probably is just going to be knocking at my Weavile low. I mean, I have seen some Tapu Koko that aren't max speed and are slower than Weavile, which I do think is a little bit of an oversight, to be honest. But we'll try and get this Icy Wind off. And, I mean, if we get the Icy Wind off, then that would be fantastic. But I'm trying to put myself into a position now where I can bring in Lele and a Psychic in... Okay, well, fair enough. A Psychic in the Psychic terrain should knock out the Mudsdale, and Tapu Koko shouldn't really be able to do... He has got high horsepower. Shouldn't really be able to do too much to Magnezone. I mean, this Magnezone is pretty frail as well, so there is that. Like, the substitute does give the illusion of it having some sort of bulk, but it doesn't. But we're down to a 2-on-2 position now, and I don't know, if that Mudsdale is assault vested, it might be able to survive a Psychic, but it won't survive a Psychic and a Flash Cannon. So I think I am going to actually double into the Mudsdale here with Psychic and Flash Cannon, just because it had Earthquake and high horsepower. Normally you don't really have the liberty to do that. I wouldn't have imagined if you weren't holding an Assault Vest. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah. I mean, the Psychic might just knock out the Mudsdale anyway. Maybe I might be sort of overestimating its special bulk. In which case, a Flash Cannon will redirect into the Tapu Koko and we will rejoice. But we'll see. We will see. Okay, so... Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be... Oh, okay, that actually did less than I thought it would. But we have got the Citrus Berry, so... we would have been saved either way. Psychic does actually knock it out with a critical hit. Okay, so that's handy. We didn't actually get to learn anything there. But Flash Cannon does go into the Tapu Koko, and let's do that rejoicing of which I was talking about. Yay. And yeah, we've won this game now. So, you know, surprisingly, we've had a pretty successful start with our first 2 videos, haven't we? So, you know, whatever. Let's just attack. See, have I got any Pokemon in the back? No, I haven't. Okay. I was going to show you something that's really frustrated me with this new system. It's like, I'll tell you anyway. It's like, if you're in a game and your first Pokemon switches something, you know, switches to something, when you make your moves, like let's say I've switched with Magnezone now, the cursor automatically stays on Pokemon. So when you're making a move in your second Pokemon, you have to move it to fight to pick your move, which is something that really bugs me, but not that it's that important, to be honest. If you even know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's that game. Okay, so yeah, good. We've won some games again with Butterfree. So thank you very much for watching this, guys. You know, please like and share if you know, you believe it deserves such treatment, and come and stay tuned for some more videos. So thank you very much, and goodbye for now.